Welcome to A Mind for Life, the cosmology of being, the trichotomy of identity. I also call this the ecology of selfhood. It means the same thing, all right? When I'm talking about the trichotomy of identity, I'm meaning more the form of it. When I'm talking about the ecology of selfhood, I'm meaning more of the functioning of it. As you know, ecology is the interrelation of organisms to each other and the environment and how that creates a system. Okay, so we are in the cosmology of being, we're in the trichotomy of identity, and we're talking today about the inspired self. Before I get into that, let me tell you this. A Mind for Life knows you are the answer. A Mind for Life is here to give you perspectives so you can be, do, and have who you really are in this outer world. A Mind for Life is here for freedom. A Mind for Life is here on the leading, cutting edge. This is not a religious channel. This is not a new age channel. And this is not some scientific channel or psychological channel. A Mind for Life is here to let you know that everything you need and want and desire for freedom, for fulfillment, is within you already. So what you hear on this channel is about this. All right. What we're doing is we're rolling the sleeves up and we're putting the work in. And through that process, you will come to see that you are where what you're looking for is within you, that you are where you're trying to go already. You are already who you want to be. All right. With that said, let's go into the cosmology of being, the inspired self. Okay. Inspired self, very direct. The inspired self is the animating principle. The inspired self is your life force. It is your light drive. The inspired self is what gives you movement. Let's take a battery, for example. It's a good analogy. A battery, I can take a battery and I can put it in what I want to put it in, right? And what the battery does is it offers current, energy, drive. If we have a toy robot, we put a battery in that robot. The robot comes on, it moves, it lights up. It's animated. Your trichotomy or your ecology or your identity is animated. You have life force. This is why the body can move. This is why you have will. This is why you have thoughts, desires, emotions, etc. Is because of this animating principle. Your inspired self is also sacredly neutral, meaning that it does not judge. It is not judging. It is sacredly neutral, and it's very important. It's sacredly neutral because it is a current. It is a transmitter of information as well as the animating principle. What is it? It transmits data, information from the plastic mind into who you are. Remember, you have a cloud. And go back and check out the Plastic Mind video. You have a cloud that has thought impressions within it. Now, that makes its way to who you are through the inspired self. So the inspired self is also a current. It's also a current, and it's non-judgmental. So it doesn't judge and say, this is a good thought form, I'll take that in. Oh, this is not a good thought form, so no, I won't take that in. The inspired self doesn't do that. The inspired self just transmits information. Think of the sun. The sun shines, right? Okay. And it creates life on the planet. This is the reason why there is life here. However, the sun also transmits information as well. If I take a battery and I can put the battery in whatever I want to put it in, it's going to supply animation or power or current to whatever device it's a part of. So that's the idea with the inspired self. It is transmitting information in a non-judgmental way. The inspired self is not emotions. It is life current, it is life force, it is life drive. It is not emotions. It is not, I feel inspired. You're describing an emotion. I feel motivated. You're describing an emotion. I feel afraid. You're describing an emotion. Yes, the inspired self has a relationship to emotions, but emotions are not the inspired self. Emotions, what they are the upshot of the trichotomy. They are the upshot of this interactiveness within this trichotomy. Emotions, simply put, and we're going to get to this later. We're not going to get to this today, but we'll get to it later. Emotions are the telescope to the universe. Emotions are the telescope to the universe. That's what emotions are. Universe, okay? So they're gonna, for example, if you wanted to see what was on Mars, you can't just go to Mars and walk around, or Pluto or Saturn. But if you had a telescope, now that telescope could tell you like something about the way the planet looks, what's on the planet, the way the planet moves, etc., etc. Could give you a lot of information. Your emotions are doing that in your universe. Okay, so the inspired self, that is an aspect of the trichotomy of being, which is also called the ecology of selfhood. And so we've covered the physical self, we've covered the inspired self. The next video will cover the conditioned body. Okay, that's going to be a real good one. The conditioned body, that's going to be a big video. Okay, so it's going to pull everything together within this trichotomy. All right, thanks for coming to A Mind for Life. Peace out.